Sorry, don't be afraid. Okay. What is up, guys? Welcome to Matty Sports Podcast Week 2. Today I have my good buddy Tanner
Flores.
And we have a lot to talk about. We got breaking news from Antonio Brown to what's it called? Daniel Jones getting a starting quarterback job to New York. So that's pretty big. Eli Manning losing his job, but I mean, the biggest topic I like to start off with is Antonio Brown. Now that's huge.
That guy, dude, the Madden curse, man. The Madden curse.
What Madden was he on?
He's on.
Was he on 19?
19. I think he was on 19. Yeah, he was on the Steelers, and everything just went downhill from there. So.
I mean, you heard about what he said about the. So apparently, the big story was that there's two people, right? A trainer in Florida was one of the ladies and someone else, and
accusations.
Yeah, and apparently, what happened was he texted one of the people and was like, "Hey, don't do it, or else your family's gonna get hurt or something like that."
Oh yeah.
I think that's why he got released from the Patriots.
No, yeah, that's what it was, and he's just. Honestly, I don't know. It could be true. It could not be true. I don't even know what to believe at this point. But I mean,
because he hasn't really gotten a trial yet. He's got accused, but he hasn't got charged with anything, has he yet?
No, he hasn't gotten charged. And like the Patriots, apparently the Patriots, he signed like a signing bonus or whatever. And apparently the Patriots like have to pay him like the money. It's like $9 million per annum.
Yeah, but I mean, he had a good first game for the Patriots. I thought,
terrific game.
Yeah, he had what he got? A touchdown?
He had a touchdown. It was like 160 yards for like 5 receptions or something like that for a touchdown.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Belichick usually picks up all those guys. Josh Gordon, Coke Addict, still picked them up.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I don't know. Where do you go from here? Is he gonna get picked up by another team?
Honestly,
or what?
I think these accusations have to just stop. Like everything just has to calm down, and then because he's literally like he's a Pro Bowl wide receiver. Like he's probably people could argue that he's one of like the best, one of the best, if not the best in the league.
Yeah, but I mean, who's gonna pick him up? I mean, he's not a good locker room guy. He's proven that. So the Steelers, he made a terrible decision leaving the Steelers.
Yeah, I don't know.
He claimed that the organization was bad on blah blah blah, but I mean,
I think he wants to just be the main guy, or he just wants. Honestly, I think he fit well with the Patriots, but that's just my opinion.
I mean, who doesn't fit well with the Patriots? I mean, if you have Tom Brady throwing in the ball, but I mean, there's a lot of teams I can use. I mean, Pittsburgh obviously needs them. I think a good fit would be Tampa Bay with a new quarterback, because like I said in the last podcast, Jameis Winston, he's not the guy. Yeah. He is not the guy. I think they need to look on.
I don't know. He's not. You don't get the feels with him. Like you don't feel it with him. But anyways, what's next? What are we talking about next?
So another big topic. You have 3 Hall of Fame quarterbacks going to be in the Hall of Fame. All Super Bowl winners, all Super Bowl MVPs are out. You have Big Ben out for the season with elbow surgery. Drew Brees had a thumb surgery. He'll be out for 6.
Ligament, right?
No, it was a thumb.
Yeah, torn ligament.
Yeah.
Thumb, right? Yeah.
And then you have obviously Eli Manning getting the job taken away by Daniel Jones. Now, I like
Daniel Jones.
I do. Yeah, everyone thinks he's a bad pick, but I think he's going to be like an Eli Manning pick. They picked him. You're like, who is it? Like, why would you pick him? And then, I mean, he won you.
A lot of people like him after, like telling the Giants and trying to like say like, let's just get him. Let's get him playing. Like, we want him to play instead of Eli, but Eli's just everyone.
No, I like the call of starting Eli because I mean, you look at the situation of Josh Rosen when he went to Arizona. They just threw him in the game. Yeah, and he's just like Jared Goff. They threw him in the game. Jared's lucky that he didn't get hurt, and he's lucky that Jeff Fisher didn't ruin his career like Sam Bradford. But they just threw him in there, and they're smart because Pat Shurmur, obviously, I love that guy. This is Vikings offensive coordinator back in the day, and we almost went to Super Bowl Case Keenum, but you know what happened there. Thanks, Philadelphia. Yeah. But he's smart. I like the decision of starting Eli Manning because you can't just throw that guy in. You have a guy like Eli Manning. Good locker room guy.
It could work because Eli Manning has experience, so he could help Daniel Jones.
Exactly.
He could be like the guy who helps him throughout his career until he retires. And it's not like Eli. I think, like, to be honest, Eli's just going.
I think this is his last. I think this is his last season.
It's his last season or second to last season, in my opinion, because he just doesn't have the arm. He just doesn't have.
But I mean, he's going to go down as one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
I think personally, he's a Hall of Famer.
Oh, he's first ballot, easily first ballot.
Yeah.
I mean, people are saying that how bad he is, but I mean, if you look at his past. It's not all of what he is now. It's not that. I mean, you look at Peyton Manning. Yeah, he won a Super Bowl, but look who got the Super Bowl MVP. A defensive player, Von Miller. I mean, Peyton Manning, he's old, but he still got a ring. And everyone's like, oh, he's so good because he won a ring his last season.
Yeah, I mean, Eli Manning beat the freaking
New England. He won. Yeah, he won two Super Bowls back in the day. He won 2 Super Bowls. I mean, he's first ballot. He's a no-brainer first ballot to me because you look at his past.
He didn't get to what Peyton Manning got to accomplish, like the yards and touchdowns.
Yeah, but he beat.
He's a proven quarterback.
Yeah, he won 2 Super Bowls faster than Eli. Did he win back-to-back or not?
No, it wasn't back-to-back.
But he won them pretty close to each other.
It was close. I think it was like a gap. I think I'm not sure. Either 1 or 2 years, but I don't remember.
But I mean, like you said, they beat the 18-0 Patriots.
That was the biggest upset. One of the biggest upset in NFL history, in my opinion. But
that was huge. And I just going on the topic of Daniel Jones and the taking. I mean, I like the move. You wanted to wait until you see what happened because Eli against the Cowboys, the first couple of he looked like, okay, you know what? I like how you give him 2 games.
The Giants are just young right now. They have Saquon Barkley. They have Sterling Shepard. I think they're all the old guys have just retired, moved on from the Giants, and now I think it's just a new generation right now for the Giants, and I think it's way better.
And going on Sterling Shepard, I mean, I think getting rid of Odell was a good thing for the Giants. He was not a locker room guy. He was a guy that give me the ball or else I'm gonna make the whole team just terrible.
He got mad every time he get the ball or whatever.
It's a good decision to get him. And now it's time to move on. You have Pat Shurmur, great offensive coordinator. I think they're going to do really good. I mean, they're not going to make the playoffs this year.
No, they're not this year.
This is a year for the young guys to get, hey, this is what the NFL is about. Who knows? Daniel Jones, I saw him preseason. He looked pretty good. He didn't play a whole lot, but I saw his first drive. I think he went 7 for 7, 70-something yards and a touchdown. His first ever drive in the NFL. I'm like, okay, this guy might have the hype and stuff. Yeah. So I think if they move with him, because it's going to be a process. It's going to be a process. Saquon's already proven himself.
Yeah, Saquon.
That's your guy
right now, and he's that guy's beast. Honestly. In my opinion, better than Ezekiel Elliott.
I agree. I had for my football team, I had a big topic about that. There's a lot of people. I say Saquon's better than Ezekiel Elliott.
I think he's
the thing about Ezekiel Elliott, don't get me wrong, he's a good football player. He's solid. I mean, the Cowboys have an offensive line. Saquon does not have a great offensive line in the Giants. Saquon is faster. He's more mobile. Ezekiel Elliott is
tough. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Ezekiel Elliott's tough too, but
Ezekiel Elliott's more of a downhill runner than Saquon Barkley. Saquon's can get to the sides, he's super shifty. He doesn't seem like he'd be shifty because of his legs and the way his body is formed or made or whatever. Mm-hmm. But he's really fast. He's really fast.
And you look at Saquon, and I'm gonna bring up the topic of locker room guy. That's big in the NFL. I mean, because you look at nowadays, you have a lot of people are just not good. Odell Beckham Jr.
It's team chemistry.
It is. That's how you win games.
Mm-hmm.
If you get a team that is committed to winning games and are connected together, that's how you win games.
I heard on I think it was Sports Center that one of the defensive linemen, or I think defensive end for the Packers, I think it's something Smith. The Packers. Oh wait, by the way, the Packers defense are actually on fire.
Yeah, they were projected like the 15th best defense, and now they're projected
they're
fourth.
Averaging 19 points scored on them, which is top 10 I think this year. And apparently he took them out. He took all the whole, I think it was a whole defense or the whole defensive line out to dinner, and he took the check and everything. That's team chemistry. That's bonding. That's how you get to become friends with all your teammates and just getting just it's the chemistry. And with all of that, you're gonna end up playing well because you're gonna you're gonna playing with all the guys, and you're just gonna enjoy it way more.
No, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And if you have a team who is not like that and just not a family, I mean, you never see each other. If you're just a team that's gonna stand half the team's over here, half the team's over there, not committed, you're not gonna have that team chemistry that you need. Yeah. Everyone needs to be on the same exact page. You look at quarterback and wide receiver relationship. Antonio Brown and Big Ben, they did not have a relationship, and look what happened. They did not go far.
Yeah.
And you look at what Big Ben did with Hines Ward. That's a connection.
Oh,
Tom Brady,
that was-
Gronk.
yeah.
That's a connection.
Yeah.
Those connections go a long
Yeah.
ways.
Also was welcome with Tom Brady,
Yeah.
Randy Moss. Yeah.
Randy
Those
Moss,
guys.
Culpepper. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, that's what it comes to.
Yeah.
That's really what it does.
Well, actually, on the topic of Big Ben and Antonio Brown and the Steelers, like, what's going on with Big Ben and his elbow?
I think you're done. I think for Big Ben's sake,
That's an elbow. I feel like an elbow. I saw it because he was playing
Yeah.
Seattle Seahawks. And he I remember watching I didn't even see it at first, but when they had the replay, when he threw the ball and he started holding his arm, I was like, oh, it must be it's fine, whatever. And then he kept holding it after one big. It was a big.
Yeah.
It was a big throw that he made.
Because he hit it
right
on
after,
someone's helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's gonna be hard to come back from that. You have elbow surgery, and that's
the
your
thing about it.
accuracy and everything,
I don't think you do. I think you called it. I think you called it correct. Big Ben, at the end of the day, he is a great quarterback. He has 2 Super Bowls, first ballot, no brainer. But the way I see it is, you're old. You don't have a lot of. You have James Conner. You have Juju Smith.
The new Rudolph, the back.
Rudolph's not bad.
He almost beat us.
He did.
He almost beat us. He came in and was I'm calm and composed, and he made throws. Yeah, at first he had an interception, but that was off a deflection. That was a perfect pass right here, and it hit off his helmet.
Yeah.
I think it was Moncrief or something like that, and hit off, and then it bounced off and it was an interception. So it wasn't his fault. It was a good, well thrown ball, but he proved himself.
Yeah, he did. But the thing that I've been looking into, because you look at a quarterback, and I don't think Rudolph's the guy. I think you look at someone. I don't know. I looked at him, and I'm not. You have to see. He could turn out, but what I think the Pittsburgh should do is Marcus Mariota is looking out at Tennessee. I've heard rumors that Tennessee wants to move on from Marcus Mariota because he's not getting the job done or whatever.
They do have Ryan Tannehill.
They do. And what I think you do, if you're Marcus Mariota, is you go to the Steelers. If that's an option, just you look at him, because you look at Marcus Mariota. You don't want to go to a team that you have to be the main guy. Yeah. You look at Tennessee. Yeah, you have Derrick Henry, but you want to go to a team where you have more guys. And the Pittsburgh Steelers is perfect. Mm-hmm. You have a solid defense. You have a great offensive line with Villanueva, and you have a great. You have a great running back at James Conner. I think James Conner is a sleeper. I think he's pretty good.
The only problem for Mariota going to Steelers is that their playbook is based on pocket passing quarterback, because
it is, but you move away from that. Big Ben, he's done. I think you quit. You call it a career.
He's getting old now.
He is, and I think all those I think Eli should call it. Tom Brady.
As long as he's playing well, and he's still got the arm strength, he's still feeling good. I think he should still. Tom
Brady's gonna play as long as Tom Brady wants to play.
Yeah.
But Eli Manning, you have a young guy. There's always gonna be that next guy that's coming up. You call it. I'm honestly worried about Drew Brees too. And I want to go towards Drew Brees because it was on his throwing arm.
He couldn't even grab a ball.
Yeah,
he couldn't even grab a ball on the sideline.
And I was against the Rams, and I was watching that game. And when Teddy B went in, respect to Teddy B, still have hopes that Teddy B did not play bad. He really did not. The offensive line did not protect. A lot of the wide receivers couldn't catch the ball. You look at Cook, the tight end, couldn't catch for nothing, fumbled the ball. I don't know. I think for Drew Brees' sake, because it is his throwing hand, and he's getting old. He's already proven himself.
I think an elbow is more of a problem than a thumb.
I understand that, but you gotta look at the age.
Big Ben's older than Drew Brees right now, I think, right?
I don't know. I think Drew Brees is older. Drew Brees is up there.
You think so?
Yeah, he's been, because he got drafted with. I'm pretty sure he got drafted.
Let me look it up.
He got drafted with Eli, because he went to the Chargers.
Here, hold on. How old is Big Ben?
I'll look up
Drew Brees. Oh man, what did I say? So Drew Brees is 40. Big Ben age. 37. Whoa,
Yeah.
Drew Brees is actually older.
He
Whoa.
is.
I didn't know that.
And
30 years old. Wow,
exactly.
that's-
And if Big Ben, I mean, Big
Holy
Ben's a
moly.
big guy. I mean, Big Ben. It's in the name. But
Big
I
Ben, yeah.
think
I don't know. Hopefully I love Drew Brees. I love him. He's such a good
No.
player. He's always been super accurate.
He
He's
is.
super reliable. He's the most. I think he's one of the most reliable, other than Russell Wilson and
no.
Hey, shut up.
How'd that
Russell
that
Wilson.
goal line do?
Okay, that wasn't his call. Though.
No, it wasn't.
Drew Brees, Russell Wilson, and who else? Tom Brady, obviously. I think those are the three most. You could argue Patrick Mahomes, but he still has.
He's
few
young.
years to go.
He
Yeah,
is
he's too
young.
so you never know what's gonna happen. But I think those three for me in my book are probably three of the most like proven and like the trustworthy quarterbacks that you have in this league.
Now, I love Drew Brees, but
Yeah,
I
you're talking
hate
about
the
2009.
Saints.
Yeah, I know. you
I
hate the
cannot
Saints.
stand the
Yeah,
Saints.
I
They're a
know.
bunch of cheaters, but Drew Brees is a guy that I love.
Yeah, I don't
and
like Sean Payton though.
I hate Sean Payton. And when we're on a talk about quarterbacks, the one guy I want to talk about is Kirk Cousins. Now, as a Vikings fan,
Here we go.
it's tough. It is tough seeing Kirk Cousins. And I thought when we picked him up, I thought that's our guy. We just came off that great season with Case Keenum. And I was hoping that we could, still pick up Case Keenum. We could have signed him for a lot less than Kirk Cousins. But I mean,
Way
Kirk,
less.
yeah, we would have signed him for like a $12 million deal for what, a year or two?
Yeah.
I would have loved that. Because I'm a Case
How much
Keenum
you guys paid Kirk Cousins?
3 years, $84 million, all guaranteed.
Oh boy.
All guaranteed. And what has he got us? An 8-1 record. His first game or first season with us.
I think he said something to a reporter. He's like, yeah, I need a final step up. I'm gonna be off this team.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
And
And
he
it's true
states the
because-
facts, but he's not showing
He
anything.
needs to back it
That
up.
that
He
game
needs to
against the
back it up.
Packers, we should have won that game. We should have
That
won.
was-
He-
yeah.
We're at the 8-yard line. He threw a pick. If you're in a situation when you're scrambling like that, throw the ball into the stands. Just
Unless
throw
someone's,
it
like,
away.
actually, like,
Yeah,
really-
but there wasn't, and the only guy he threw to was the Packers. And I'm just sitting there watching that game, and I'm drinking. 'Cause a lot of my fans are Packers fan. Zach Zelmalt, Riley Hapterson, thanks for joining. But they're a
Johnny
Packers
Rodder.
fan. Johnny Rodder, a lot of my friends are,
Yeah.
and it's dreadful watching him. I think if he does not step up this season, if we do not make it far in the playoffs, you get rid of him because he
No,
can
yeah, if
he
he
can
doesn't-
opt out this year. I think we move on. There's quarterbacks out there that we can pick up.
Bro, honestly, you guys could pick up Marcus Mariota.
We could, and I wouldn't
That
mind
would
that.
not, yeah, that wouldn't be too bad.
But what I do want, because we have one of the best receiving cores in the game. Stephon Diggs, Mike Bibby, Adam Thielen, and we have Dalvin Cook, who is right now the best running back
right
in the
now.
league right now.
I can argue with that.
He's putting up he's averaging like a touchdown a game. What is he? I think he was averaging 160. That's great. And if he stays healthy this season, I think he's going to come. He's going to be our guy for a long time. He's going to be our new Adrian Peterson. And I really do see that. But
Well,
we have a receiving core. So even though we have Dalvin, we need to mix that 50-50. And we need to know when to use it. Because Mike DeFlippio, last season, our offensive coordinator, I cried many times that season. Guy, he came from Philadelphia, and we were like, okay, he won a ring, so he must know what he was doing. No, that man did not know what he was doing at all. And I hated it so much, and I'm so happy we got rid of that guy. I was going to go to the Seahawks game up in Seattle, and it was
How'd that
bad.
end up?
It went pretty well. We ran the ball 3rd and 15. And you would go to the Vikings fans, and it's hard being a Vikings fan, but we are dedicated and we are a great fan base. We were even booing, and we don't boo for our own team. We boo for the other team, but we were booing at ourselves. And
that's one thing about the fans, Seattle, all those 12s out there. If you guys are watching. Yeah.
I hate them.
Let's just say, like, even if we're losing by like 50 or 60, like the fans don't lose faith, and let's just say, like, people don't leave the stadium early because we're loyal. And
yeah. We don't leave the stadium either.
Yeah. You know who does leave the stadium is the 49ers. 49ers
leaves. But 49ers, Your division is tough.
Our division's
You
tough.
guys look tough
okay,
because
but-
Seattle's 2-0.
Seattle 49ers.
Yeah.
No one's lost. Wait, I think did the Cardinals lose?
They lost and they tied.
Lost and tied. Oh yeah,
But
they
Cardinals
lost to the.
I think
He's good. I think he's a good fit.
he's shown like he threw for what 340 for one
He just
game.
needs more weapons. I feel
He
like.
does need more because Larry Fitzgerald's old. David
Yeah.
Johnson, he's
David
a bust. He's a bust. I saw one season out of him, and then he showed so much hype for fantasy and stuff like that. What did he do last season? Absolutely.
No, he was injured last
nothing.
season.
No, he wasn't. He played. He
was
played
injured.
last season, but he was just bad. He got hurt. He got hurt the season after that. 2 seasons ago, he got hurt, and then this season he just came off bad.
Yeah,
And
we'll
as
get
the
to fantasy in a second too. We're gonna talk about fantasy, but
yeah.
I mean, let's just. I'm thinking about the picks. Like, who we think we're gonna.
All right, you want to go to picks? All right.
Go to picks.
So we're gonna go to Matty Sports Pick'em Week 3. So the first game we have is the Vikings versus the Raiders, and obviously I'm gonna go with the
Yeah,
Vikings.
me too. I got the Vikings on that. I think Oakland's defense can't hold down the coach right now.
That's the big thing about it, and I hope because their secondary is not the greatest too. So I hope Kirk Cousins can show something against a mediocre
Yeah.
team.
I think it'll be like a good. I think the Vikings can win by like either. I think 10 or more. 10 or
So
more.
what's gonna happen is
10 or
it's
more.
I think we're gonna win pretty much. We're either gonna be terrible until the fourth quarter and then we come back, or we just blow them out of the water. Because our Dan Bailey, he's supposed to be the greatest kicker. He has sucked. I'm sorry, but he has sucked. If we would have made the extra point and the 2 field goals he missed, we would have beat the Packers. But no, shanked them. Shanked them.
What was it?
Shanked
Yeah,
them.
wasn't
shanked
it like 21-16 or something like that?
Yeah, we lost by 5, and we would have ended up winning. But nope, can't do that.
Yeah.
But I got the Vikings winning.
Yeah, me too.
And in our next game, we have the Bills versus the Bengals. And you have the Bengals? I got the Bills. I look at a guy like Josh Allen and LaShawn McCoy. Oh, no, they don't have LaShawn McCoy anymore. They have that rugby player.
Oh,
Do you hear
like
about-
number 43.
Yeah, they have that
that's
rugby
right.
player. I think he
He's
scored.
so fast.
He
Oh my
is.
gosh.
And I can tell who he is because instead of juking, he just straight through. He just trucks someone like a rugby player would. But
Yeah,
I
can see it.
they're-
The Bengals got annihilated by the 49ers too.
Yeah.
Last week, but I mean, I don't know. I feel I like John Ross. That's the guy I like. Super fast. He like dismantled Seattle Seahawks week 1, but like I don't know. I feel like Andy Dalton's will be better than what's his name?
Josh Allen?
Josh Allen.
I don't think so. I think Josh Allen because the Bills look okay. They look good. Josh Allen looks like a quarterback that was supposed to be picked the first round in the draft. He looks really good.
Yeah,
and
that's
He
valid.
has the weapons now that he's actually shown like his offensive line's been stepping up, and I think that defense is going to take care of business. I think they're going to beat the Bengals because Andy Dalton, he's old. He's getting up there, and he has not. I mean, you look at last season. Yeah, I got the Bills in easy one.
Okay.
The next game we have the Dolphins Cowboys. Self-explanatory.
That's a self-explanatory. I mean, we know, it might be a little closer than the weeks previous because Josh Rosen, because Fitzmagic hasn't shown up in the last 2 weeks.
No,
But-
do you know the Dolphins have been outscored 92 points?
Yeah, it's been like
Yeah.
92-6, I think, something like that.
Yeah,
Like,
no, they have 10 points
no,
and they've been
96,
scored on.
93, something
Yeah,
like that.
it's bad.
It's
And-
I've
This is
I've
gonna
never seen anything like this before.
this is gonna be the easiest. Shout out to Dan Miller. I'm gonna go with your Cowboys. This is plenty easy to pick. Dolphins. I'm sorry, but I think you're
Sorry,
gonna go
Nolan.
for.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Nolan.
I think you're gonna go for the.
I think the Cowboys.
I don't think they're gonna win a game this season.
Honestly, I think they're just gonna pound it with Ezekiel Elliott the whole
They're
time.
gonna do everything. I mean, they're gonna throw it to Amari Cooper. They're gonna throw it to whoever they want, and they're gonna score. Because Dolphins, I am sorry, but you guys are pathetic this season. I'm just gonna flat out
So
say
bad.
it. That's
It's just
the whole organization is just going downhill. They need to start letting some guys go, and they need to rebuild quick before they start losing their whole fan base.
Yeah.
So our
It's a
next game,
disaster.
it's more than a disaster. Our next game, we have the Packers versus the Broncos,
We got the pack.
and I'm gonna go with
Pack Zach.
I'm gonna go with Zach Zumwalt and Riley Hapterson. I'm gonna go with the Packers too. You know, Aaron Rodgers.
Johnny Ryder. You got your Packers going.
Aaron Rodgers.
I
I
think
mean,
the Broncos are just Joe Flacco's just done. Joe Flacco's a bust.
he was hoping to be a Peyton Manning, coming off old, win the Broncos.
He's a goner, boys.
Yeah,
He's a goner.
I think it's self-explanatory. Packers defense is showing up. I think they're just gonna sack Joe Flacco.
Packers defense right now is like are close to lights out.
Yeah.
Like it's,
I'm
it's crazy.
I'm worried for Joe. There might be an injury. He might get cut off.
Yeah.
He's getting up there. One sack can do it.
He's not been throwing well.
No.
At all this year.
And our next game, we have the Falcons and the Colts. And I'm going with the underdog.
You want the Colts?
I'm going with the Colts.
I got the Falcons.
I think Ebron and Mack and T.Y. Hilton, even with Kobe Brissett, I think they're going to come out. I look at the Falcons. I mean, look at what they did against the Vikings. They struggled with the Vikings. And they should never have won against the Eagles. Should have never beat the Eagles. And the Eagles aren't looking that good this season, Eagles. They kind of struggled. And I'm going to go with the Colts. I think they're gonna come up, and their defense has not been bad. They have a great offensive line.
I think Julio is gonna have an amazing year.
I mean, he has.
I think against the Eagles, that was a block in the back by Mohamed Sanu. But I mean, that's just my opinion. But I mean, I think Julio is gonna be unstoppable this year. I just have a feeling.
So you're gonna go with the Falcons?
I'm going with the Falcons.
All right, I see you. But this is gonna be the game of the week for us.
Game of the week.
We have the quarterbacks battling for position, the Ravens and the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I look at Lamar Jackson. I have him on fantasy. That man's putting up 60 points a game for me. And I really want to pick the Ravens, but I'm not. I can't do it. The Chiefs are just
Ravens.
You're picking the Ravens?
Yeah, I'm picking the underdogs. Everyone thinks – I mean, it is the home opener for the Chiefs.
It is.
But
just because, I mean –
I don't know.
Look what Patrick
personally,
Mahomes
I think Lamar's just gonna outlast Mahomes.
No, that man threw four touchdowns.
It's gonna be a high scoring game.
He threw 4 touchdowns in 1 quarter, like it was nothing.
Mahomes?
And yeah, like it was nothing.
That was against the Raiders.
The Raiders played really good the first week, and then they did okay against the Chiefs.
Yeah, they did okay. No, they didn't. Okay, I think I got the Ravens, and I think Lamar. It's gonna be a high game. For sure, I think, but I think it's going to be one of those games where it comes down to one of the last plays.
Yeah,
I think Lamar outlasts Mahomes, and I have an X factor for actually this game, and I think it's going to be Earl Thomas on the defense for the Ravens because I feel like he's going to control the whole secondary. I think he's going to get a few picks actually off of Mahomes. I feel like he's going to get.
Who's
he I feel it. I have a feeling. I just have.
No, is Tyreek Hill still hurt? He's still hurt, isn't he?
Yeah,
with the shoulder.
I think so. I think he's not going to.
But I mean,
I'm not sure.
He makes anyone look good. Look at Sammy Watkins. He had 50 points as a wide receiver in fantasy. 50 points. Patrick Mahomes
he had a good game.
He's the real deal. I'm sorry to say, but once Tom Brady leaves and the Patriots go downhill, I think
Russell Wilson.
No.
Russell Wilson, bro.
No. Russell Wilson is gonna get. I mean, they're not gonna beat the Rams.
Dude, I feel like the only reason why the Chiefs are winning, honestly, is they have an amazing offense. They don't have a defense. Think about it.
They have a pretty good defense. They have a solid defense. Their defensive line's really good, but it doesn't matter. This is a new era. Everyone's thinking, oh, defense wins championships. BS. Offense wins championships. Look at Tom Brady. Look at Patrick Mahomes. Look at Jared Goff. Todd Gurley. Screw that. Offense wins championships.
Mahomes, Russell Wilson's practicing, like, and learning how to do, the little, oh, you're open right here.
Stop with Russell Wilson. Stop with Russell Wilson.
I'm never gonna stop.
He won his ring. That's all he's going to get. So I'm sorry, but he got paid. But who do they have? That defense, I mean, they got Clowney.
What do you mean?
They have Clowney now, but they don't have a lot. They're getting old. Look at Cam Chancellor.
They're getting old. Cam Chancellor's retired.
Oh, crap. Who am I thinking of? Bobby Wagner. Look at Bobby Wagner.
Bobby Wagner's not old. He's like 27.
Is he actually? I thought he was like 30.
Yeah, he's 27. I think he's 27 or 28.
No, he's not.
Late 20s. He's in his late 20s.
No, he's not. 30s.
Yeah, KJ Wright is old. I'll give you that one. He's old. Michael Kendricks, he's like about to probably get like arrested or something. But our front seven.
Okay, he's 29. He's 29.
Ziggy Ansah makes his debut for Seattle.
Why, is he off suspension or something?
No, he was just hurt. He had his shoulder or whatever. But I don't know. Our secondary is a mess. Honestly, I wanted Mika Fitzpatrick out of Miami, but freaking the Steelers got him. And honestly, we're in trade talks with
Fitzpatrick?
Fitzpatrick out of Miami. Yeah, he got traded to the Steelers. You didn't know that?
Dude, this man's played for like the whole league, okay?
What are you talking? No. Minka Fitzpatrick. The
Oh, I thought you were talking about Ryan
The 2-year.
Fitzpatrick.
No,
I was
no.
like, what?
He's
It's
still.
like, when
he's
was
still-
this?
Yeah, no. Honestly, I don't like Jalen Ramsey, but he is a lockdown cornerback, and Seattle's actually talking
I don't.
about trades.
He's gonna go to where the money is, and I would love the Vikings pick it up because I mean
Oh my, yeah, you would love everybody.
Ezekiel
Dude.
Xavier Rhodes he's having a decent season, but he needs to. Last season he did not show, and Mike Zimmer went up to him and said, "Listen, you're gonna have to play like Xavier Rhodes used to. You're still young. You need to play. If you don't play, we're gonna have to move on." And he's been playing, but I mean Jalen Ramsey, obviously,
Who's that goddamn kid? You look so. Thank you, bro.
God, dude. But anyways, I'm going Chiefs and you're going Ravens.
Okay, yeah.
Our next game is Patriots Jets. Patriots.
Oh, that's.
Patriots. Sam Darnold's been kissing some women out there. He's got mono. Let's just skip through that. Patriots. You got Patriots. I think it's self-explanatory. All right.
Patriots are so weird every year. It's so annoying.
Yeah.
What's next?
Lions, Eagles.
I
And
got the Lions.
that's respect. I got the Lions too. The Eagles they choked. They really did. Their defense hasn't been showing up. And the Lions actually are not having a bad season. They're really not.
I feel the reason why I picked the Lions, Eagles have normally been like pretty decent. They can beat like mediocre teams, but I feel like the Eagles just have too many injuries right now. Alshon Jeffrey.
Yeah.
I think some guys on their defense, like main guys that are on their defense, are out. I mean, they're right there with the Falcons. I mean, you could. That's why you have a valid like what's it called? Argument for the Colts with the Falcons, but I feel like the Falcons are going to like barely beat them.
I
think that's why
I don't think so. I don't believe it. But I have the Lions.
The Lions are not bad this
They're
year.
not.
They're not.
And it's scary because they're in a division and we're tied with them. But yeah. So next game, Cardinals Panthers. And I'm gonna pick Cardinals because Cam Newton is out with a foot injury. And I think Murray's finally gonna get his first win. I think they're gonna be 1-1-1 this season. You know, David Johnson needs to come out. But Larry Fitzgerald's had a game last week against the Ravens, and they stayed with them. I think they only lost by 7 or 10. Cardinals did. They stayed with the Ravens.
They came back with the Lions too. They were like
they did, and they tied. They came back.
That was their one.
So Murray's showing that he can run a team. You know, I thought he was going to be a total bust, but shout out to Cole Lundmark, who I said was going to be a total bust. But I mean, he's starting to prove himself. So I got the Cardinals in that one because Cam Newton is out.
I think Cam Newton just. I don't know. He's just not like his old self. His shoulders screwed up. Week 1, I remember watching. It was the first game I started watching
Against the Rams.
And he had like a pass to like the complete other side of the field, and it was a good throw. But as like the season goes on, he's gonna take a beating, and I feel like it's just not gonna end well.
I have not seen a lot of Cam. Yeah, he won an MVP. You know, he had that run in the Super Bowl, but I mean, he lost them the game. He didn't die for that fumble. I mean, he just hasn't showed. He's a running quarterback. He's a big Michael Vick, but not as good, not as fast. So I think his decline is going to start happening, and I think they honestly look on to move in a couple years. They draft a quarterback, but
if they get a mobile quarterback, well, actually, I don't even know if they need a mobile quarterback.
No.
They have Christian, but they just get a decent, good throwing quarterback who can just like is trustworthy, like I said before about hold it trustworthy. I think the Panthers could actually be like good if they just get I don't know. I've never really liked Cam Newton. I feel like he's always just been a spaz, but it's whatever. I don't know. But I got the Cardinals too.
you got the Cardinals.
Even though they're in our division, but
You gotta.
You gotta get the Cardinals.
All right, next game, Giants Buccaneers, and this could be a good game because Daniel Jones is starting, so I'm gonna go with the Giants on this one because the Buccaneers. I said it in the last podcast. Get him out. Get Jameis Winston out of here. He's a troublemaker. He is not a team leader. You get rid of him. He's not eating dub in 20 years.
Yeah, I know. I just went downhill. So yeah. I got the Giants as well.
Yeah, I think Saquon's just gonna be too much to handle for the Bucs. Yeah. So I got the Giants.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Yeah.
A good game is gonna be the Chargers versus the Texans. That's gonna be a good game.
Texans are good this year, but I feel like the Chargers are gonna get it going. They haven't been like that great. Last year they were like honest. They're one of the most surprising teams that came out. They beat Seattle. They beat Seattle. Who did they beat? They're
Chiefs.
right.
They beat the Chiefs.
They beat the Chiefs, and they're right there. I think with the Patriots too. Chargers.
They're
I
1-1 though.
going.
They're 1-1.
Yeah, that's why, because I feel like they haven't gotten it going. But
True.
I feel like this week, because the Texans, it's going to be evenly matched. I think it's going to be close. I think they get it going. Their O-line steps up. I think Philip Rivers just gets the old Keenan Allen going again.
No, I'm gonna disagree with you. I'm gonna go with the Texans. Sorry, Brian Blix out there, but I'm gonna have to go with the Texans. I just think Deshaun Watson. I think he's good because the first game I saw him, I feel bad because he put his heart and soul in that game. He took a beating after beating, got put in the tent, came right back out, and he put up a beating. I think that's a guy that you want. He's a guy that you want on your team. He's like a Lamar Jackson type of guy, and I think you go to him. I think Texans are going to win that game. And our next game is Steelers 49ers. I'm going with the 49ers.
I got the Steelers, boys.
I don't know.
I got faith in Rudolph, the backup.
But I mean, you look at that defensive line: DeForest Buckner, Joey Bosa. I think you go with the 49ers on this one. I think.
Thing is, though, last week Seattle played them, and we couldn't even get it like a freaking hand. On the quarterback. I think the Steelers O-line is gonna stop them. And it's not like the 49ers like secondary is that. I mean, they have Richard Sherman. Screw that guy. But,
dude, he won your Super Bowl.
Yeah, I know, but like he just. I mean, honestly, I don't. The way that Earl Thomas and like all those like the Legion of Boom left is kind of annoying.
Richard Sherman left in a good note though. He left okay.
Yeah,
Earl Thomas
loves Seattle. Everyone loves Seattle. It's just like the front office.
Not Earl Thomas.
Earl Thomas loves Seattle.
Yeah, he flipped off your team as he got carted off.
He flipped off Pete Carroll, and he said in the video, but because he wasn't honest with him. But I still love Pete Carroll. I just feel like the 49ers aren't gonna be able to get to the Kyle Rudolph, and it's not Kyle Rudolph. It's what's his name? Mason Rudolph.
Yeah.
Mason Rudolph. I feel like they're gonna not be able to get to him. And the tight end for the Steelers, I have faith in that guy. And I feel like Juju might have a good game too.
It's McDonald.
Yeah, McDonald, number 89, I think.
Yeah.
I think the Steelers get it.
I don't think so. I think Jimmy Garoppolo's having a season. I like the 49ers. I think the 49ers are different this season. I mean, they've already done better than they did last season. So I'm going to have to go with the 49ers on this one. And our next game is Saints versus Seahawks. I hate to say it, but I'm going to have to go Seahawks. I love Teddy, but their offensive line did not hold against the Rams, and Seahawks has they have
front seven.
Okay, front seven.
Oh, shut up.
Front seven, but
I think obviously I picked Seattle because I'm a Seattle fan, but
dedicated.
I think dedicated Seattle fan. But I think in this game, I think our defense, since we get Zeke Ansah back, well, not back for his first game. We get a first look at him. I think Jadeveon Clowney goes off this game. I think he gets to Teddy B. And I feel like Teddy B is not going to be able to run it. I feel like they're just going to hand it off to Alvin Kamara, try to hand it off. And we have a pretty good run stop defense this year. So, I mean, yeah, our secondary is a little messed up. That's why we're looking for Jalen Ramsey or cornerbacks or whatever. But I think Seattle outlasts. I think we get it.
And now a good game, like I think honestly second best game of the week is the Rams versus the Browns.
I got the upset. I got big old Baker.
No.
I got Baker.
Stop.
I don't like the Rams. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like the Rams. I just don't like them. I don't like them at all.
Now,
but
I think I picked the Rams, and I think I think Browns are gonna get outcoached. I think they are. Sean McVay, best coach in the league, hands down.
I got Myles Garrett.
I think Whitworth is gonna shut him down. The old left tackle, Andrew Whitworth. I think they have a good offensive line. Todd Gurley showed some light last game. I think he's just getting warmed up off the knee injury. I think he's gonna show. Brown, great secondary running back, and I think Jared Goff's just gonna get the job done. They have Cooper Kupp back off the ACL injury, and I think they're gonna win that game.
I don't know, dude. I have the Browns offense. I have the Browns offense.
What if they show?
Okay, I know it was against the Jets, but we all just like watched what Odo can actually do. Like I know it was the Jets, but he went off against the Jets. Like he had
What'd you say against the Jets?
Yeah, I'm saying he went off like the Browns against the Jets.
Yeah,
on Monday Night Football
against the Jets. Yeah, okay. I just want to make
shut
sure.
up. Yeah, I think the Browns offense gets it going. I think
Against the Rams,
against the
you're
Rams,
gonna go against Wade Phillips.
Yep.
The 79-year-old defensive coordinator who
Guys,
looks like he's about to have a stroke on the sideline.
Believe me.
I'll believe you.
I don't think the Rams. I think they're gonna play a lot of slant routes. I think Jarvis Landry's gonna get going, even though I traded him for DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
On my fantasy, but I don't know. I just have a feeling. I feel like the run game, Nick Chubb, the other guy.
Now I hope Nick Chubb goes off because I have him on fantasy. I hope Chubbers gets a good couple runs.
Yeah.
But I gotta go with the Rams. I think it's I don't. The Browns are still the team chemistry needs to go up. Later in the season they're gonna be good, but I think for now they're gonna take a loss on this one.
Okay. That's valid.
In our Monday night game, we
Bears
have
and Redskins.
Bears
Boys.
Redskins.
I got the Bears. I see Khalil Mack.
Yeah,
this
I
game.
think it's self-explanatory. Sorry, Case,
Even
but
though Mitchell Trubisky is not doing well this year. They had like Super Bowl aspirations, but I mean, you never know. Honestly, it's only 2 weeks into the season, but they just don't look like last year's Bears.
they don't. All. Because they lost Cohen. No, they lost Howard. They lost Howard, and Trubisky finally had to throw the ball. And I don't think Trubisky's your guy. I think the Bears are trying to sell him as their guy, but I don't think he's their guy. I mean, he's a runner.
He still seems kind of lost. It's just the way he moves.
He can't throw the ball. He can't throw the ball.
He just seems a little lost still. You know what we should do is what's on Thursday because we do a podcast on Saturday. We should do on Thursday Night Football. Who do you think we're gonna win? Who's gonna win? It's the Eagles and Packers. That's who it is. Eagles and Packers for Week 4. First game of Week 4.
Where's it at?
It's Lambeau, I think.
All right, I'm gonna go with the Eagles.
Me too.
I'm going Eagles underdogs. I hope the Packers lose. Probably won't, but you know what? I'm going underdog. I'm picking the Eagles. Yeah. And you know what? I think they're gonna prevail, and I think they're gonna win the game.
Oh my gosh! Okay,
that's the only time I can say that. That's my one.
I get it. I have the Eagles too. I have the Eagles going.
Yeah.
And getting the upset up at Lambeau.
I think they will too. And for all the fantasy fans out there, we did a little fantasy love them and hate them. And my love is Amari Cooper. I think Amari Cooper I think he's gonna go off. I really do think because they're going against the Dolphins. I think because the first game, he showed like he's the number one quarterback. This week 2, everyone got the ball that game, and I think Amari Cooper's just gonna get open and he's just gonna throw him the ball. And my second one is Christian McCaffrey. You're out Cam Newton. You're gonna look to Christian
run the ball the whole game.
Exactly, you're gonna run the Christian. Third
screen pass.
Oh yeah, my third love him is Dalvin Cook. Self-explanatory. Best running back in the league. You're gonna hand him the ball off. He's your guy. He's gonna be the guy you run the ball to, and obviously. Then my fourth is also one of my favorite wide receivers, Stephon Diggs. Kirk Cousins needs to prove himself this game, or else everyone in Minnesota is gonna hate him. Not like they already don't right now, but he's got to prove himself. I even gave him a like. I even follow him on Instagram. I think I might get that unfollow on him, but yeah, he's got to show. He's got to show.
Yeah, as long as he's on the team.
Yep. Exactly. And my fifth I love is Kyler Murray against the Panthers. I really do think that Kyler Murray's going to go. I think he's going to throw for a great amount. He's going to get a couple touchdowns. I think he's going to have a good game. This is going to be his best game of his season right now.
The Panthers' defense is not doing well.
They're not doing well without Cam Newton. Arizona's going to stuff the offense, and I think Cardinals' offense is just going to get moving. And I got Kyler Murray.
Okay, my loves. My loves for fantasy. I got Adrian Peterson. I think his old AP comes back.
Yeah.
It's just like no one's expecting him to come out. I have him on my fantasy.
I do too.
I believe it. I believe in him. He talks all the time about like how he wants a chance, how he knows he can like do better and like go back to his old AP. And so I feel like this week against against the Bears. I think the Bears defense. Yeah, I don't know. I think Khalil Mack will get to the quarterback, but the rest of the Bears defense
They're just gonna run away from Khalil Mack.
Yeah, exactly. They're gonna block him, double team him, and stuff. My second one, Chris Carson, Seattle Seahawks. I think.
How many fumbles today? How many
Hey,
fumbles?
shut up. I know. Well, okay. One
3?
of them, no, shut up. I think Chris Carson. He won't get a fumble. It wasn't okay. Look, it was a bad handoff, and the guy.
It was a bad handoff by Russell Wilson. Weren't you just talking all good about him? One fumble. Nah.
Okay, well, one play doesn't define a player. What about Kirk? Let's talk about Kirk before we talk about Russell Wilson,
I've
boys.
said my opinions about Kurt already, and I'd rather have Kurt Gilsdorf over Kirk Cousins.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I have Chris Carson. I think he's gonna get it going. He's against pretty weak. I mean, they do have Cameron Jordan. I think Cam Jordan or whatever on the Saints, but I feel like
It's the Saints.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh yeah, they're going against the Saints.
I think Chris Carson gets it done. My next one, DeAndre Hopkins. Even though I have the Chargers winning that game, I feel like I think Deshaun's gonna want to get DeAndre going in that game just because he's number one wide receiver. Will Fuller's pretty good too.
Yeah, behind Stephon Diggs.
My fourth, because I do have an upset with against the Chiefs, I got Lamar Jackson. I feel like he's gonna outlast.
I hope he does.
Patrick Mahomes.
Also have him on fantasy. So
yeah. So, and then my fifth, Saquon Barkley. That's my fifth and final love.
I mean, I think you can always put him on because they're going against Buccaneers. I think I think that's smart to pick him. So my hates, who I have is Michael Thomas for the Saints. I don't think they're going to throw the ball that much. I think he's maybe get a couple catches. Maybe I think he's going to get maybe 50 yards at most. But I think they're going to mainly go to the run game with Alvin Kamara. I don't think Michael Thomas is going to get all that. I think he'll get double teams, so they're going to have to go against. So they'll go against their light receivers, but I don't think they're going to get the job done. I think Michael Thomas is a hate. And my other hate is Baker Mayfield going against the Rams defense. That secondary with Talib and all them, Matthews, they got a good secondary. They really do, and I think that's just going to be too much for Baker. I think he's going to throw.
I feel like this is a first real test. Well, I mean, I guess he played last year.
He played last season.
I feel like this is going to be a really good test to really prove himself
with this new team.
New season.
But I don't think tomorrow's going to be his game. I think I got him on my hate. And my other hate is James Conner. I'm sorry, but that defense line for 49ers looks pretty good. I mean, that's who they're going to go to is James Conner, but I don't think he's going to get a whole lot of yards on that because when against Seattle, I kind of see 49ers and Seattle being like the same type of team. They have some good players, a decent D-line. So I think James Conner's not going to get a whole lot of carries. And my fourth hate is Le'Veon Bell against the Patriots. Self-explanatory. Great defense. I mean, there's not going to be a whole lot Jets are going to do. It's going to be a slaughter fest. And I think Le'Veon Bell is I don't think they're going to do all that.
The only offense that the Jets had on Monday night was Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah.
They just handed off, screen pass, set up plays for him to run
exactly.
around,
But that's what
that's
what the Patriots know that they're going to do. Exactly. So they're going to stuff that, and then they're going to be like, oh, what do we do now? We can't use Le'Veon Bell. Oh, and they're just going to get screwed. Yeah, they're screwed.
I agree.
And then my last hate is Derek Carr for the fact that he is going to have to go against the best defense in the league, the Minnesota Vikings, who is self-explanatory. 4 Pro Bowl defensive line. Our whole defense is pretty much our 2 linebackers, Pro Bowl, 4 defensive line, Pro Bowl, Harrison Smith, Pro Bowl, Xavier Rhodes, Pro Bowl, 8 of our 11 guys, Pro Bowls. Self-explanatory. Derek Carr is on a hate. Vikings defense is a go.
I mean, I think the Raiders are going to lose. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a good game either. But I don't know, but it's the best defense.
Oh, who's better? Name a better defense.
The Packers.
The Packers.
Packers. The numbers are showing you right now.
No.
Aren't you 1-1 right now? Aren't the Vikings 1-1?
Okay, we're 1-1. That doesn't matter. The Packers had a decent offense, and our quarterback sucks. Okay, congrats. Is that what you wanted me to say? Aaron Rodgers or Kirk Cousins? I don't know. That's a tough pick.
Oh boy.
Might have to go for Aaron Rodgers on that one with the stash.
Yeah. We all have our opinions.
Yep.
Okay, my fantasy hates for this week. Brandon Cooks. I think he just. I don't feel it, man. I think the Browns defense.
Browns
defense, boys. The Browns defense are gonna stop them. But I think Cooper Kupp is just gonna be
their main guy.
He's gonna get the most points out of the Rams offense. I think Jared Goff is just looking for him more.
I don't know. I don't like Brandon Cooks on the hit. I mean, last season, Cooper Kupp before the injury, obviously, he looked like the real deal. He looked like, because where's he from? He's from Washington, right? He's from Washington. Yeah, he is.
Cooper Kupp? Oh, I have no idea. He's
from Washington, and he looked real good. And even his rookie season, he had troubles fumbling the ball. But last season, I don't think he fumbled the ball once. I think that's your guy. But Brandon Cooks, I mean, look, besides the Super Bowl,
it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
This week I just have a feeling it's not gonna work. I don't know why.
Here's why I think it's gonna work. They might lock down Cooks, but they're gonna keep going for other wide receivers. And they're going to be like, oh, we're going to have to focus over there and just leave Cooks one-on-one. I think the Rams have a lot of wide receivers, good wide receivers. And I think that I don't like that. But, I mean, that's you. That's on your hate. I'm you're entitled to your own opinions nowadays. So you do you.
That's fine. I get it. My second one, Zach Ertz. I think, because I have the Lions winning. Mm-hmm. I think also, I mean, okay, I don't know if that was a really good pick, but Zach Ertz. I just feel like the Eagles aren't going to get it going. I feel like the Lions are just going to block, just stop them, hold them up. I feel like the Eagles are just, I don't know. I feel like Carson Wentz it's going to be more of a scrambling and a type of running game against the Lions. I just feel like Zach Ertz is not going to he's going to get points, but he's not going to be like your main tight end. I feel like he's not going to be the best tight end this week. To say the least. And then I have Le'Veon Bell, like you said. Literally nothing's going to happen because I feel like the Patriots are just way smarter than that. Mm-hmm. And then one of my other hates is actually Juju Smith-Schuster.
I like that. I'd put him on a hate because, I mean, it's self-explanatory. You don't have a quarterback throw the ball. Yeah. What I saw out of Rudolph was he was like a short tight end guy. 10-yard out to tight end. That's what he did. McDonald, dropped a couple, but
yeah. I feel like they're gonna focus more on on what's his name, Rudolph. No, not Rudolph. What's his name? Number 89. Is that McDonald. But I feel like Rudolph wasn't horrible when he came in for Big Ben last week.
He wasn't.
But I feel like him and Juju Smith just don't have that connection. I feel like him and McDonald do.
Yeah,
so I feel like Juju's just.
But I mean, they just threw him in the game too. So who knows? He could come out.
I like Mason Rudolph in quarterback. I just don't like.
He did not. For just getting thrown in, he did not look bad. I think McDonald's kind of getting sleep on. That's why he's not on my hate, but he's not on my love because I gotta see this. I gotta see a first game when he starts before I see it.
That's valid. And then my last hate is obviously because they don't have a quarterback, or a good quarterback at all. Well, not even a good quarterback. It's Greg Olsen for the Panthers. They're not gonna have a throwing game.
Even with Cam Newton, has he done anything this season?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like
he's old.
There's no quarterback there. Like they're like good for. I know Cam Newton and Greg Olsen are like really good friends, but I don't see Greg Olsen in.
But he's getting
passed to.
Getting up there too, isn't he?
Yeah, he's old. Yeah.
He was up in the booth for a little bit because I don't understand that. It was 2 seasons. No, it was last season. He got hurt. Greg Olsen got hurt and he's put on IR and he was up in the booth. And a lot of people were wondering why he's in the booth because the game he came back to, he was watching that. I forgot. I think it was the Colts or something, but he was broadcasting that game and we were like, wait, why is he allowed in the booth? Look at why isn't Big Ben in the booth? Yeah. But Jason Witten was a terrible announcer. He sucked.
Jason Witten was boring.
He was. You look at a good announcer.
He's quiet.
You look at Tony Romo.
Tony
Romo is an announcer and a half. Everyone thought he was a bad quarterback.
It was crazy that he predicted every play.
Yeah.
It looks like they have whatever, and then it was the actual play. I was like, what the heck?
Yeah, I had some people talking. They were just like, Why couldn't he name what they were doing on the field?
Yeah, I know.
You look back and it's just like the Eli Manning. Everyone looks like Eli Manning's a terrible quarterback. Why does anyone think he's in the Hall of Fame?
But
You got to look back in the day. Like Tony Romo back in the day, he was a solid quarterback. Des Bryant and Jason Witten in the prime, he was a solid quarterback.
Yeah.
And they had great chemistry. Besides Des Bryant, he was not a good locker room guy.
Yeah.
But Jason Witten, good locker room. Tony Romo, good locker room. They had a defense.
Yeah.
Who was their running back? Didn't they have
Marion or something like that? Yeah, Marion.
Something like that. No, was it it was McFadden. They had McFadden as a running back. He wasn't too bad. And they had, I forgot who their
I think McFadden was like 2 or 3 years ago. I think he played 1 year with Tony, but I think Tony retired after that. I think, but like the most of his career, I think it was some guy named Marion or something like that. I forgot.
Who knows? They weren't bad though. That one call against the Packers, remember when Des Bryant when they shouldn't have went
Oh
they
yeah,
thought he
the catch when he like dove.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. They should have beat the Packers, but I think that's when the Packers went to the Super Bowl and they won it. I'm pretty sure. Did they lose? Did they lose to Arizona?
What do you mean? Yeah, they lost.
They lost to Arizona, right? That season, because Larry Fitzgerald.
Oh no, that was the NFC Championship. That was our season where we went to the Super Bowl 49. That was that season, and then I think it was against the Cardinals or something. And then it was the NFC Championship, and then that's where we came back. Seattle came back off the offside on the onside kick. Remember, and it hit off the guy's helmet, and we came back and won in overtime.
No, that was the what's it called? Packers lost to the Cardinals in the playoffs. They lost to the Cardinals in the playoffs because I remember. Because they threw that ball to Larry Fitzgerald and he took off and they ended up winning.
Yeah,
I don't think it was the same season.
I don't think
it was 15 when that happened. So that might have been when that was the season I'm thinking about is when the Seattle beat the Packers in the playoffs. But the Packers beat the Cowboys. And then
I didn't like that. I honestly, I don't know. Everyone has different opinions, but when
they changed the rule. They changed the rule now. That was one of the main reasons they changed the rule. That's allowed to touch the ground and not if it moves and stuff. Yeah.
And also the rule about the
roughing the passer.
No, not roughing the passer.
No, I want
PIs. Now passing.
I like that.
I like it.
I genuinely
like it because I feel like games are more fair because a ref can't just screw a team over. They can go. And they can change it.
The one thing I am happy about that pass interference was it was against the Saints. I'm just so happy it was against the Saints. So I was like, screw you, Sean Payton. Sorry for all the Saints fans out there, but you guys are cheaters. I'm sorry. But I mean, I do like that. They should be allowed because the roughing the passer. You look at that rule. That is the stupidest rule ever.
You can't even touch it.
You even had quarterbacks coming out. It's just like, what? Why is that I'm going to go even against the Vikes. It was week 2 when we tied the Packers. Kirk Cousins just Clay Matthews touched him right when the ball was thrown, and he got tackled, and they called it roughing the pass.
Yeah,
I was just like, okay, I'll take it. We didn't lose the game, but you look at stuff like that, it's just like, why? Why are we calling stuff like that nowadays? And I don't understand. That is the worst call you can ever the whole roughing the thing should just go away. The NFL is getting soft.
It's
soft. Getting soft.
People can argue the pass interference. Oh, you're so soft now. Everyone just gets away with it. But
that's a rule.
That's just a rule. If you're there before the ball, but the whole league,
it's getting soft.
It's so soft. You can't even touch it.
The helmet and stuff like that. They're trying. We have such good technology. Why can't we can? I guarantee we can make helmets that are just able to.
Well, if you do hit someone from the side and your whole head just that should be nah. But if you're not intending to and it happens, that should.
If it's you just strip nose diving for the head, then yes. No, yeah. But if you're making a tackle and you nick his head, just let the men play. Yeah. There are a bunch of grown men out there playing some football. That's what we want to see. We don't want to see no stupid pass interference calls and stuff like that. Just play the game. That's all I'm asking. We don't want to see that. We don't want to have our team get 15 yards for tackling a quarterback. Clay Matthews got screwed over last season. He sacked Alex Smith and got a roughing the passer call. It's just what? He sacked a quarterback. It's tough for defensive players have got hurt last season because they stopped because they didn't want to tackle the quarterback high or whatever, and they got hurt because of that. Yeah. So I just really don't understand that. It's kind of stupid. But so the last thing we have is the upset of the week. And The upset of the week
Oh, yeah.
was I'm gonna go with who should I go with? My upset of the week is I'm gonna go with the Colts. That's the upset of the week. I picked the Colts over the Falcons. Like I said, I think they have a lot of targets out there. T.Y., Eborn, Mac. I think that's my upset of the week.
Oh man, it's a tough one. It's a really tough one. It's either okay. I have the Ravens, but I think it's not gonna be upset. I feel it's gonna be more of a like who wants it more at the end.
It's gonna be like a Rams Chiefs game last season when each team had like 70 points.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So my upset, the Browns. The Browns against the Rams.
That's an upset because that's not gonna happen, and I guarantee that's not gonna happen.
I don't know why. I just have a feeling about the Browns, and I guess I don't like the Rams, but I just like the Browns. I like the Browns right now. I don't know why. But I'm not saying I'm like, oh, I'm a fan. I'm like, I like Odell. I like Jarvis Landry. I like the whole defense. I like Baker. Like, that's stupid. Just say, I'm not a fan. I just kind of want the Browns to win, just to be like, whoa, like that's crazy.
It's a big
the
Browns. You know, when was the last time they did anything?
Yeah, like if they win this game, like it's gonna be crazy. Like think about like everything, like all like social media. It's gonna be just crazy. So that's my upset for the Browns against the Rams.
That's pretty fair.
Yep.
Well, all right. That's going to do it for the podcast. Thank you for all you fans that tuned out for me. We're going to be live next week on Saturday around the same time, 1-ish, 2-ish. And, so thanks for tuning in. Check us out next week. Like and subscribe. Thank you.
See you guys. Yeah.